Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Whitney Van Laningham, and get your interdimensional cable remotes ready, because Rick and Morty is coming back for Season 6 on Sunday, September 4th at 11 p.m. on Adult Swim. I'm super excited to tell y'all that I'll be covering breakdowns and theory videos for Rick and Morty this season, and I'm fully prepared to squanch ass and take names. Today, I'm gonna break down the official trailer, speculate on what the hell Wormageddon is, and tell you everything we can expect to see in Rick and Morty Season 6. The trailer opens up with Rick and Jerry crouching outside of a busted-up Panda Express. Let's take a brief moment of silence for the fast food employees that are gonna have to deal with Rick and Morty fans for the next 2 months. Okay, Rick is holding what I'm gonna call boombox blasters that seem to be more fashionable than functional. 2 seconds later, Rick asks his ship to play track 1 on his favorites playlist, aka the song Paranoid by Black Sabbath. This episode is probably another classic Rick and Jerry adventure, but this time Jerry is dressed like a Morty. In a clip towards the end of the trailer, we see Rick scan Morty Jerry, who's holding a small slip of paper. Rick seems surprised by the result of the scan, and I have a theory about why. You know how Ricks use Mortys to hide themselves from their enemies because the Morty waves cancel out their genius waves? What if Morty can't go on this adventure, so Rick dressed up Jerry as his grandson, had him read lines in character, and scanned him to see if he could pass as a Morty? Rick exclaiming "oh" after scanning Jerry shows that this faux Morty is providing surprising results, but not perfect. This shootout shows that Jerry ultimately isn't Morty enough, and danger will eventually find Rick. Next, we see sentient and heavily armed household appliances destroy the Smith-Sanchez home. In the center of the living room, a garbage bag filled with potatoes, a carton of eggs, an energy drink can, a bowling ball, and sausage links make up what looks to be a low-tech bomb or device. Could we be seeing the uprise of the Butterbot and his ilk?
Oh my god.
When we see the bots later in the trailer, the house is under the same lockdown defense protocol we saw in Season 5's Mortiplicity. To me, this suggests that the robot revolt is coming from inside the house. In the garage, Rick fiddles with some sort of new hologram casting device. As he loads a blue triangular bulb into a half dome with 3 holes, he clarifies to Morty that they're not gonna die, they're just gonna vanish from this reality, which is totally different. Space Beth is standing with the rest of the family, so it's safe to assume that this scene takes place in the first episode of the season, Bethic Twinstinct. Also in this shot, the portal gun charging station on the garage wall still looks to have some leftover portal fluid inside. In the Season 5 finale, we learn that Evil Morty poisoned the Citadel's regulated supply of fluid, so this might be the last of their precious reserve. Over at the coolest goddamn arcade in the galaxy, Blips and Chitz, Rick and Morty are fully plugged into the Roy Matrix. The VR life simulator Roy, A Life Well Lived, first appeared back in Season 2's Morty Night Run, but this season, the game gets its own full episode. Episode 6, Mort, A Life Well Ricked. Notice that both Rick and Morty's eyes are fully whited out, something that also happens when they plug into Morty's mind blowers. On the game's screen, Roy appears to be giving a speech on the steps of a stadium, but watch closely. When Summer shakes Grandpa Rick awake, Roy glitches and slumps over as soon as he opens his eyes. Rick tells Summer that a small group of alien terrorists are taking over Blips and Chitz, and it's up to her to pull a Die Hard while he and Morty finish up their business with Roy. As Summer replies that she hasn't seen Die Hard, 2 alien terrorists escort their captives out of the game room. Is it just me, or do these guys kind of remind you of Jar Jar? Then we see a fleet of robot alien ships firing lasers at Rick and Morty. Rick activates a blast shield around the ship, and after the lasers slice through it, we see Rick's brand new souped-up ship for the first time. You'll notice that the contraption that Rick was building back in the garage is plugged into the dashboard of the ship, and the items powering it are a brown and yellow rectangular bar, that blue pyramid bulb, and a green cylinder with discs around its tip. Fun detail, when the ship is powered off here, the pyramid is blue like it was in Rick's garage. But when we see this device powered on later in the trailer, the pyramid glows pink. It projects a hologram with several planets that Rick flips through as they travel with Space Beth. Rick takes out the bots by firing blasts from cybernetic modifications in his palms, which we get a close-up look at in another scene. He can also now detach his arms and instantly regenerate a set of robot arms to replace them, as well as conjure a set of laser whips. Rick's got several other upgrades this season too. He's got what looks like iron spider armor that pops out from underneath his suit jacket, each arm wielding a different weapon. He's got glowing nunchucks, a power drill, a broken glass bottle, an electrified tuning fork, a voodoo doll, a flame blade, and a blaster. Honestly, Jerry, my jaw would be on the floor too. But Rick isn't the only member of the family with super parts. Summer finds a vending machine full of various superhero weaponry, like Thor's hammer, Cyclops' cool gas shades, a green Magneto helmet, and a single glowing purple dice in a canister. My rogue theory is that it's the Power Stone in cube form so that they don't get sued by Thanos for copyright infringement.
Screw that, right? Yeah, we're not whores.
But realistically, it's more likely a Gambit parody. Summer chooses X-23's claws, her arms morph, and she sprouts adamantium from between her knuckles. Back at the home appliance robot fight, what looks like an angry refrigerator leaps on the roof of the Smith's car while Rick, barefoot and in pajamas, stands on the hood of a police vehicle driven by Summer. The car's bumper is riddled with bullet holes, so this part of the chase must take place further along in the episode. At Blips and Chitz, Summer evades two of the alien terrorists with her own yippee-ki-yay motherfucker maneuvers. She and both aliens are in possession of small purple aliens and glowing purple blasters. Whatever those little guys are, they're holding on for dear life. When she tackles a terrorist across the lanes of a skee balls machine, they both go careening off the balcony, somewhat mirroring Hans Gruber's Die Hard death. Next, Rick uses Jerry as a human shield as the two of them escape what appears to be two Secret Service agents by pulling their own John McClane into a vent. See those earpieces? Well, the president's back this season.
You lying dicks! I see your asses playing Minecraft. I got you on satellite.
But either these agents have stormtrooper aim, or Jerry somehow repels bullets, and Rick is treating him like Captain America's vibranium shield because he can't die. Hard, soft, or otherwise. The new ship sails through a multicolored tunnel. I'm honestly not sure if this takes place inside the hole that Evil Morty blew in the Central Finite Curve, or if we have another Anatomy Park situation on our hands. If it's the CFC, those oblong rings could be wonky-shaped portals to other psychedelic universes. But if it's the inside of an organism, those could also be mitochondrial cells. Wherever they're going in that fancy new ship, Rick is tripping balls. As Beth rips out of the driveway in the family car, instructing her loved ones to hold onto their dicks, the robot appliances are shooting loaded syringe darts at the Smith-Sanchez crew. We later see Summer bail out of the cop car just before it veers off the highway and into a gasoline factory. Interestingly, this next shot takes place in Rick's intact original C-137 home at the address 6910. 69. This is the home where he lived with Diane and baby Beth before they were bombed by that other jackhole Rick. A deflated arm at the bottom left of the screen drops a letter, which floats away as the family pulls out of the garage in Rick's new ship. I'm left wondering, does this scene take place in Rick's memory? Could that be where that groovy portal led to? Finally, we see why Rick had to upgrade his ship. With their home battened down with armor and armed with alarms, Morty trips a laser that triggers an explosion in the ship, blasting it to pieces. Nosy neighbor Gene, played by Tom Kenny, is back to inquire about his car trouble. I'm also curious about which multiverse this comet lands in. A Morty stands in the forest, gazing at a neighborhood covered in an overgrowth of foliage. This leads me to believe that we're returning to the long-abandoned Cronenberg universe, which also became overgrown the last time we saw it in the Rick Shank Redemption. The end card poster for Season 6 is interesting too. Jerry and Summer's eyes are whited out as if they're inside VR or a mind blower, and Beth, Summer, and Jerry all have electric green veins showing through their skin. Beth's stomach is sliced open by a portal of light, and there's what I can only describe as a butt-shaped golden snitch flying after the family. While we're breaking down Season 6 info, a few days ago, Adult Swim posted a teaser video called A Citadel Secret, Rick and Morty Wormageddon. Evil Morty's theme, aka For the Damaged Coda by Blonde Redhead, begins to play, and the 15-second clip shows an unoccupied chamber of the Citadel in the moments right before and during the collapse. Inside, there's an egg in a cylindrical incubator, floating in glowing green portal fluid. The room devolves into chaos. Red lights flashing, alarms blaring, electrical explosions, and even a little red skull symbol on one of the machines. Moments before the video ends, the cylinder protecting the egg cracks, oozing green portal fluid. My guess is that it won't be long before the egg itself cracks too. At the end of the video, a link to rickandmorty.com was made available. If you click it, you're taken to the website where you'll find a countdown clock to something called Wormageddon, which will happen at 7 p.m. PST, 10 p.m. EST on August 18th. Now, let's be real. Wormageddon really could be anything. It could be a parody of Armageddon, where Worm Bruce Willis and Worm Billy Bob Thornton have to drill a hole in an asteroid about to destroy Earth. It could be a recreation of the 1999 video game Worm Armageddon. It could be Evil Morty's final plan to rid the multiverse of Sanchez's and Smiths for good. Or it could even be a top-secret project by the Council of Ricks that's about to be unleashed and unattended now that the Citadel is ash. If this truly is a secret weapon of the smartest men in the multiverse, one can only dread the squiggly apocalypse that's about to start unfolding 2 weeks before the show returns. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Whitney Puppy, follow New Rockstars, subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love, and thanks for watching. Bye!